What's up, everybody? It is Preach as always. So today's video is going to be a little bit different than usual. Normally I am addressing specifically X-Defiant and X-Defiant fans. Today we are doing something different. We are talking about gaming on Apple products, specifically on the MacBook, but maybe some on the iPad. And the reason we're doing this is because I recently did some buying, selling, trading to get a MacBook for things I'm doing outside of gaming. And I was sitting on the couch, done with the productivity stuff that I was doing and wanting to game, but not really wanting to go get on the main computer where I play X-Defiant and other things. I was like, I just kind of want to sit right here on the couch with the laptop that's already on my lap that was a MacBook and play something. So I downloaded Oceanhorn, I downloaded Steam, I downloaded the Epic Games Launcher. Turns out that one's kind of useless. We'll get to that in a minute. And I downloaded Xbox Cloud Gaming as an app via the website, a chess game just for fun, and Star Wars Lego's Castaways. And I am going to talk about all of that today. If this is something you guys enjoy, make sure you smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new here, and turn those bell notifications on if you want to know every time I post a new video. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. The background gameplay, when you do see gameplay in this, is going to be from Oceanhorn 2, which is an Apple Arcade specific game. But some of the other things that we're going to talk about are the Steam library, some of the Apple library of games that we now currently have. And some of this is actually really exciting. So before we get into the Steam stuff, which is, games you guys are going to probably be a little bit more familiar with, we're going to look at some Apple stuff and some exciting news. So the new Assassin's Creed Shadows game is actually coming to the Apple Mac game store when it comes out. It is actually going to be a AAA game available on Mac the moment that it arrives, not a port that's coming over later. This game was actually being designed and able to be used on Mac. Now, this is probably going to be limited to the M series of chips and probably not the Intel-based MacBooks just due to graphical potential. But I wanted you guys to know that that is going to be available, which leads me into there are lots of games that are available right now that might really surprise you, such as Resident Evil 7. Valheim, which is a game that I have played. It is a builder game, but it's more like pixel block style graphics, so it makes sense for it to be over here. Stray, which is very popular. Lies of P, Resident Evil 4, Death Stranding, the director's cut, Divinity Original Sin 2, Resident Evil Village. These are all games that I have played on Steam at different times or on other consoles, and they are actually available directly in the Apple App Store. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and matter of fact, the whole Tomb Raider trilogy of games is available on here. So those are some awesome games that we have. For folks that are into the Total War games, you have Total War 3 Kingdoms, Total War Rome Remastered, Total War Troy, the Total War series. Myst, which was a much older game, has been remastered and made for the Mac. Civilization 6, which is a newer, kind of world building game, civilization building game, is available on the Mac. So again, there are lots of games that it might really surprise you are actually available. There are games like LX2, which I've heard is good. I've never played. It's $45 right now, and I don't have the money to drop on it to find out if it's good or not. Disney Dreamlight Valley, which is very popular. I have never played that, but I do want to try it. And I think through Xbox Cloud Gaming, I can actually try that for free. So I may give it a shot there before I actually spend money on something like that. But those are all games that are bigger name games that you can find on other platforms. Then there are the games in the Apple Arcade Store that are specific to Apple. So NBA 2K has an Apple Arcade version. Madden 24 has an Apple Arcade version. There are other versions of this, but then there are games like Oceanhorn 2, which is, like I said, going to be the background gameplay if I'm able to show any background gameplay in this video. Outlanders 2, there are a lot of games. They're mostly going to be very cartoonish kind of graphics because these arcade games can run on the iPad the iPhones and on the MacBooks and on obviously the desktop versions of your Macs. So they are, of course, going to be games that are able to run on all of those platforms, but there is a plethora of games and those are available as well. Now, let's talk a little bit about Oceanhorn, considering it is the background gameplay of this video, and I should definitely have that playing while I'm talking about it. It is kind of a Zelda Breath of the Wild type graphic feeling adventure game. It has puzzles that you need to solve a lot like Zelda Breath of the Wild does. And so far, I've only played through this first mission that you are seeing, but it was very fun to play and is very casual and relaxing. So what I enjoyed about it is I could sit on the couch beside my wife. She could be playing whatever YouTube videos that she wants to be watching at the time. That's not usually stuff I'm overly interested in, but I can sit there beside her with the laptop on my lap desk and be playing this game, still be able to carry on conversation with her because it doesn't require the kind of attention that playing X-Defiant and the shooters that I play require. So that has been a really cool thing about being able to play games here on my little 13.3-inch MacBook Pro M1 series, which is from 2020. And now let's go ahead and talk about the Steam games, because I was surprised to find out that in my library of games I already own that I play on PC, there were quite a few games that were available on Mac. So these are games I did not go buy. Nothing in here is new because of having a Mac. This is games already in my library that just happen to function over here. Counter-Strike 2, The Elder Scrolls Online, Batman, Arkham City, which is the Game of the Year version. I am definitely going to play that on here and see how it runs. Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Now, I did some investigation when I seen this, and this is the only Call of Duty available to play on Mac. And I do believe that you only can be partied up with other people or like playing in a lobby with other people playing on Mac if you play the multiplayer. So that is probably going to be totally useless. But you could actually come and play zombies or the campaign right here on a MacBook. Don't know what the graphics are going to be like, but I'm definitely going to load that up at some point and give it a shot. Crusader Kings 2, Deus Ex Mankind Divided, EVE Online, Fishing Planet, Life is Strange 2, Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor, and those Middle-earth games were a blast back in the day. Haven't played them in quite a while, but may give that another shot on here. Paladins, Pine, the RPG Engine, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Easy for me to say. Anyway, that game is available on here. The Total War games that I mentioned in the Apple App Store, they're actually also available through Steam if you would rather go through Steam so that you have them available on more than one platform. That's actually probably how I would recommend it. And then Valheim that I already mentioned, and War Thunder, which is a fighter pilot game set in the older days, early days of fighter planes. So there are a lot of games actually available here on the Mac platform, and I was surprised to find this, and I think I'm going to be able to use these in a casual gaming environment. Now, competitive gameplay, like my X-Defiant, Call of Duty, things like that, definitely still going to be playing on a console or a better Windows computer that is built for that. But this gives me some excitement for the future of Mac gaming, and maybe we can get games like that over onto Mac as Mac continues to improve their CPUs and their graphics engines and things of that nature. So I wanted to bring you guys this video. I know it's a lot different than the X-Defiant stuff, but to just show that if you're wanting some casual ways to play and you own a MacBook, you actually can use that as a functioning gaming platform for quite a lot of stuff, just not your overly competitive stuff. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, you already know what to do. Smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new here, turn those bell notifications on if you want to know every time I post a new video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Preach out.